and I'm black. Well, I would consider myself more of a caramel, like mocha, maybe a toffee. None of that is important, honestly. Just I'm back. Okay. Welcome back to my channel, though. My name is Brandy. You guys can call me Brandy, Brandeezy, whatever. Today I'm going to be doing a story time about the time I broke my face. This pretty little face, it was broken just a lot of years ago. But I was doing my makeup today, and I was like, yo, I should tell the story about the time like I broke my face, because I have a scar on my forehead, but it's really not even that noticeable. But I'm going to tell you guys the story because that day was a very traumatic day. So pretty much, this happened when I was about 7 or 8. I'm not too sure. But I do know that it happened on a Saturday. That's what I do know. I don't know how old I was, but it did happen on a Saturday. So, when I was that age, I was in gymnastics. And so, you know, in gymnastics, you do a lot of flips, you do a lot of tumbling and whatnot. So, this particular Saturday, I didn't have gymnastics that day, but that day I took it upon myself to make my house some sort of gymnastic practice area. And in my house, we had this TV stand that was like a cube, but it was so sharp. Like, all the edges were so sharp and just hazardous, to say the least. And we had like this giant, you know, back in the day, they had like the TVs with the big backs, the dinosaur TVs. So it had a small little TV stand, big TV on it. So I was in the living room, and in our living room, we didn't have like a couch or anything yet. It was just an open area. Now that I think about it, why did we have a whole TV and a TV stand with no couch? That also is irrelevant. But anyway, so I was in the living room flipping around and whatnot, and I was doing round offs. Round offs were my thing. Like, your girl could give you, I can round off, okay? And I could round off with no hands. I was a pro. So I was just like, I want to spice it up. I want to do something different. Like, doing round offs, everybody does it. Doing them with no hands, it's easy. But I'm going to do it while dizzy. Because who knows? Why did I think that was a smart idea? I don't know. So I was like spinning around and then take off running, do a round off, and land with no hands. And so I had to do it until I mastered it, apparently, because just doing it a few times, I did it a few times and it was perfectly fine. But when you're a child, you don't learn until you get hurt. So I had to do it until I unfortunately broke my face. So the last time, I know that I was super dizzy because I was doing this for a while. So I spun around, and then I was so dizzy, like I didn't even know what direction to run in. Because if I did, I wouldn't have ran in the direction that I did. But apparently, I had no freaking whatever. Anyway, I just took off running and I flipped. And when I landed my round off with no hands, I also landed on my head on this TV stand. And it just wedged itself in my forehead. So I pulled back and I held it. It was a lot of pressure. So I was just holding it. And when I was a kid, I was that annoying child that anything that happened, I ran to my mom whining and be like, Mommy, I need you to rub it, kiss it, make it better. She'll rub it and kiss it, and I'll go on my merry way. So this is what I wanted her to do. I found my mom. I was still holding my forehead, and I was like, Mom, please kiss my forehead, rub it, just help me, please. It is. I honestly don't even think it hurt that bad, but I was being dramatic. So she's like, okay, let me see. When I pulled back my hand, this lady lost it. She started screaming and yelling at me, and I'm just sitting there so you gonna kiss this or not? I got some flipping to do. But as she's staring at me and screaming, I'm starting to feel like a lot of warm sensations coming down my face. And so she's like, you're bleeding, like, what happened? Tell me what happened. I was like, I just hit my head. She was like, so she's panicking. She looks for her phone and she picks it up. You would think she'd be calling 911, right? With all this panicking that she was doing. Nope. She calls my brother. Mind you, my brother is only 7 years older than me, so it ain't like he could drive. He couldn't do anything. He was nowhere close to our house. She calls him and she's like, Randy's bleeding and she broke her face. She told him I broke my face. I mean, we're all dramatic, okay? She said I broke my face, and he's like panicking. He's like, Mom, hang up the phone and call 911. So my mom hangs up the phone and she's like, we gotta get you to the hospital. You have to go to the hospital. So I'm like, okay. So she's like looking around and she gets a rag and she's like, here, hold this. I'm holding it, you know, putting pressure on it. And she was like, she's panicking so much that she starts sweating, right? She's like, oh, I need to take a shower. She needs to take a shower. All she's doing is sweating. I'm sitting here bleeding. She needs to take a shower. But, you know, everybody panics in different ways. Everybody reacts to certain situations in different ways. Apparently, she felt that she needed to get cleansed. So I just lay down on the floor, and I held my little rag in my head, and I waited for her to take a shower. After she gets out the shower, it's now time to go to the hospital. We go outside or whatever, and she's like, wait. What car do we take? Why does that matter? I'm not too sure. I don't know. My options were the little car, which is like a Mitsubishi Eclipse that we had, but it was 2-door, or a Dodge Intrepid that was 4-door. And you know, I'm a little genius. Even in extreme situations, I use my head, you know, my bleeding open head, and I was like, let's take the Intrepid because the Mitsubishi is 2-door, and I gotta sit in the back, and it's too much work to get in the back. It's too much. So let's just get in the blue car and go. So we go. We get to the hospital. You know, when you get there, they ask you all these millions of questions or whatever, as though that's really important. Like, I feel like the importance is saving my forehead, but they want to know what happened. My bad, my camera died. But anyway, so I get in the back and they want me to explain to them exactly how this happened. So I explained to them, you know, I'm an all-star gymnast and I was trying to perfect my round-offs with a little twist. I'm just kidding, I didn't say all that. I was pretty much like, I fell and I broke my face. Can you fix me? So the doctor removes the rag and he looks at it and he's like, you're gonna need some stitches. And my mom was like, aha, no. She's not getting stitches. Like, no. My mom was not for it. She was not with shits. Like, she was like, no, she's not getting stitches. And the guy was like, ma'am, like, you know, she really needs stitches. Like, we gotta stitch it back together. And my mom was like, there has to be something else you can do because I don't want her to have stitches. She's gonna be ugly. Like, you're gonna have her looking like Frankenstein. So I feel like the doctor was really taken back. I don't think he was expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, I was just scared because I knew I was gonna need stitches and I really wasn't for it either. So shout out to Mom for saying something, because left up to me, I would have stayed there and let him stitch it up. So the nurse was like, we can use super glue, and the doctor kind of looked at him like, nah, fam. But Mom's like, what's that? So the doctor was like, we have like medical grade super glue. It's considered like liquid stitches. But he's like, I don't really think it's gonna hold. Like, I think we need to stitch your head back together. My mom was like, no, go ahead and super glue her up. So the doctor was like, okay, like, you know, like I said, this is new. We don't really know how this is gonna hold up. My mom was like, it's fine, go ahead and try it. So apparently that day I was like a test dummy. So they legit, like, maybe poured like peroxide, I don't know, they poured something in there to clean it out, and then like he took out, you know, some of the flesh that was like hanging out because my forehead was open. Took some of that out, packed, you know, dabbed, whatever, and like squeezed my forehead together and just put the glue and like fanned it. And he was like, okay, try not to move your face too much because like you don't want your forehead to split apart again. Do not wash your face. Do not wash your hair. Like just don't get your face wet and do not itch it. That was my instructions. I said okay. After about 2 weeks, my mom like she was just like I can't, like I'm so sick of that thing on your forehead because when it dried up it was just white and like looked crusty. Like I had like this big crusty mark on my forehead and my mom was not having it. So she peeled it off. Against, the doctor did say don't peel it off, it's gonna dissolve on its own, but who listens? She peeled it off and my forehead did not fall apart again, but thanks to her I do not look like Frankenstein. I do not have a big scar. My forehead healed like together very well. Most people can't tell that I broke it. I mean, I don't know if that's the right term. I split it. Maybe that's probably the correct way of saying it. But yeah, that's the time that I pretty much broke my face. If you guys like this story, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share and please subscribe to my channel. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say this in the beginning. I hit 100 subscribers. Little old me hit 100 subscribers. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Like, we're on the road to 100K, okay? Make sure you subscribe because we're on the road to 100K. I still sit here and think like, wow, I'm on the www worldwide internet. Worldwide internet. www does not stand for that. www World Wide Web. Me, like somebody goes to a website and then they watch me. I'm relevant. I'm popping. Anyway, make sure you guys follow me on my social media. My Instagram is right here at Brandezzy. It's BRANDEZZY with 2 underscores. Like this video. Suggest other videos or story times that you guys want to hear. If you guys like painful story times, I have another one. I got a toothpick stuck in my foot and it was in there for a month and then I got surgery because I got it infected. If you guys want to hear that story time, go ahead and comment that below. But other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!